Hi, I'm Shizuka. Last December, I visited Okayama Korakuen, one of the best 3 Japanese gardens, and had nice tea breaks in the garden. Let me tell you the story. Korakuen is in Okayama City in Okayama Prefecture. Here is Okayama City and Mimasaka, where tea plants are grown. Korakuen is on a sandbank of Asahi River, not far from JR Okayama Station. Completed around 1700, it belonged to the feudal lord of Okayama clan, whose castle was on the right shore of the river. Today, only the dungeon and its surroundings are left, but in the Edo period, the castle covered a much larger area. To go to Korakuen, take a tram from Okayama Station to Shiroshita and then walk to the gates. Be sure not to take the wrong tram. Now, we are on the shore of Asahi River. The opposite side is Korakuen. And that is the dungeon tower of Okayama Castle. Before heading for Korakuen, you can climb the dungeon. It is a replica, built in 1960s with concrete, of the 17th century wooden original, which burned down by an airstrike of U.S. Air Force in 1945 during World War II. From the top of the dungeon, you see the river and the garden, Korakuen. Now we are going to cross the river to the garden. In the Edo period, when the castle and the garden were made, there was no solid bridge like this. The feudal lord and his court used boats to go to the garden. There is a vestige of the former dock over there. There are 2 rustic restaurants by the bridge. This is Hekisuien. There are so many choices, but I ordered chasoba since they say it's specialty there. Chasoba, soba containing matcha, is eaten everywhere in Japan, but it seems quite popular in Okayama. If you don't like a raw quail egg in your soy sauce soup, just say no when served. Next door is Shiromijaya. The signboard left reads, rice bowl, udon, soba with oyster is 750 yen each. Oyster is Okayama's specialty. Since I was not hungry, I asked zenzai, sweet red bean soup with mochi. The view over the river and the castle was splendid. At last, we come to the south gate of Korakuen. There is a small hill called Yuishinzan. You have the entire scenery from its top. Let's climb it. Now we're on the top of Yuishinzan. This garden is Chisenkai-yu-shiki, the most common type of Japanese garden, where a visitor follows paths around a big pond in the center. But an unusual thing for this type of garden is that there is a very large flat area so that you can get sweeping views. And unusually, the paths are almost rectilinear and unusually make a crossroad. Houses of variable size and walking around people make an impression of a picture scroll. Many of these houses are used on various occasions, such as the Grand Tea Party in April, commemorating Eisai Zenji, who was born in Okayama and brought tea seeds from China to Japan in 12th century. There are tea fields and rice paddy as well. The garden utilizes the views of remote mountains and the dungeon. This is a technique of shakkei, borrowed scenery. The castle is known as Crow Castle, Ujo, because of its black color. Another remarkable feature of Korakuen is that the meander stream called Kyokusui runs through the vast area of the garden and make a picturesque atmosphere. It is 640 meters long, sometimes deep, sometimes shallow, and sometimes swift, sometimes slow. And make waterfalls into small ponds. There is a water wheel at the beginning of Kyokusui. Well then, shall we go get some tea in the garden?